You want to be a nice guy or you want to win the Super Cup?
Ooh.
I want to win the Super Cup. So play Ronaldo.
Before Messi, before Cristiano, there was one player even they idolized. They called him O Fenomeno, the phenomenon. Not just because he scored goals, but because he did things on the pitch no one had ever seen before or since. When asked who he admired growing up, Messi said, Ronaldo, the phenomenon. When asked who the best player he ever coached was, even Jose Mourinho, Cristiano's former coach, said, Ronaldo Nazario, the best Ronaldo ever. So how good was he really? Let's take a trip back to the golden years of prime Ronaldo Nazario and discover why many still say he was the best that ever did it.
For me, R9 is the best. He was Messi and Cristiano
Together.
together.
Wait. Listen to what he just said there, please.
R9 was Messi and Ronaldo each other.
À Milan, il l'a fait. La balle, tu la vois plus. Donc, qu'il part à droite ou à gauche, la balle, tu la vois plus. Hein. Je te jure, il fait fou. Ah ouais. La balle, elle est où? C'est un magicien.
In my whole career, for me, Ronaldo has been from a different species.
For me, he was not playing football, he was football.
At just 16, Ronaldo made his professional debut for Cruzeiro in Brazil. Most players that age are still in the academy. He scored 44 goals in 47 games, which immediately put him on the radar of the Brazilian national team. He made it to the 1994 World Cup squad. He didn't play a single minute, but left the tournament at 17 years old as a world champion. Then came the move to Europe. Following the path of Romario, Ronaldo joined PSV Eindhoven in the Netherlands. You'd expect him to struggle. A teenager in a foreign country playing against grown men. Instead, he scored on his debut, bagged a brace in his second game, and a hat trick in his third. German legend Rudi Völler, stunned, said, "Never in my life have I seen an 18-year-old play like this." He finished his first season in Europe with 35 goals in 36 appearances at 18.
Who is the best player you have played with or against in your career?
Sans hésitation, Ronaldo.
One of the greatest and most natural goal scorers that I have ever seen.
By 1996, Ronaldo's talent was undeniable. Barcelona signed him for a world record fee. And what happened next? He broke football. He scored 47 goals in 49 games in one season. He was 20 years old. He wasn't just a finisher. He was electric. Power, speed, dribbling, technique. It was all there. His solo goal versus Compostela, where he sprinted past 5 defenders like they weren't even there, is still one of the greatest goals ever scored in La Liga. He won FIFA World Player of the Year that same year, the youngest player ever to do it. To put it in perspective, Messi didn't hit 30-plus league goals until age 22. Cristiano, age 23. Ronaldo did it at 20. This wasn't potential, this was peak.
I mean, Ronaldo will always be for me on top there because I think Ronaldo took it to another level.
I mean, he's electrifying on every level.
But just as Barcelona tried to tie him down to a new deal, everything changed. Contract talks collapsed. Inter Milan swooped in, paying another world record fee. Ronaldo became the most expensive player in history, twice, a feat only Maradona had accomplished before. He didn't disappoint. In his debut season, he scored 34 goals, including a world-class solo run in the UEFA Cup final. Inter won the trophy, and Ronaldo won the Ballon d'Or. It looked like nothing could stop him. Until something did. In 1999, Ronaldo tore a tendon in his knee. Fans were shocked, but hopeful. 6 months later, he returned in the Coppa Italia final. The stadium erupted as he stepped onto the pitch. But then it happened. He attempted his trademark step-over and collapsed. No contact, just a loud cry of pain. His physio would later say, his kneecap exploded. It was the worst football injury I've ever seen. He was sidelined for 523 days. Doctors weren't sure if he'd ever walk normally again, let alone play. One night during rehab, Ronaldo called his physio and asked, "Tell me I'm going to play football again. Please, don't lie to me." Even science said it was unlikely. But Ronaldo wasn't done yet.
He's the best player I've played with. Because for him, the goal I scored against Fulham was for me an exceptional goal. for him it was more of his standard. His natural ability was far beyond anything I've played with.
Without training. Without training.
What do you mean?
Lazy.
No way.
Lazy. Training, enjoying, but not training like a method, like discipline, just enjoying, just the Brazilian boy coming from the beach or coming from his local, just to play football. Amazing, amazing. Such a beautiful thing to see, amazing.
Ronaldo is special. He's a physique of a middleweight boxer. Good shoulders, good biceps, good body, fantastic legs. And he's one of the quickest players I've ever seen with the ball.
One of our first training sessions was in Korea, I think. The ball had just been played across to him and all he had to do was put it in the goal. And as he's played across to him, I'm trying to defend it. I thought he was just going to play it first time into the goal. And as I'm sliding across, he just puts his foot on the ball. And as I'm sliding past, he just watches me like that with the biggest smile on his face, and he just taps it in. And I was like, oh, God.
The year was 2002. Ronaldo returned to the Brazil national team, missing 2 full years of top-level football. He wasn't the same player. His explosiveness was gone. He had a new running style, but he still had that goal-scoring magic. And in the 2002 World Cup, he lit it up. He scored 8 goals in the tournament, including 2 in the final against Germany. Brazil won their 5th World Cup, and Ronaldo completed one of the greatest comebacks in football history. He won his 2nd Ballon d'Or that year. But more importantly, he shut every critic up.
I've played against him when he was 18 in Holland, in Spain when we were 20, 21. And I played with him. And that's where you see the real stuff in training. When somebody can repeat the same thing or whenever he wants, then it's not luck.
Let me tell you something. This was the guy. I never swapped a shirt in my life when I was used to play football. But once in a while, there are the players that you own them shirt. Ronaldo was one of these guys. He was phenomenal. We all know that.
He asked Ronaldo, do you know which team we're gonna face tomorrow? And Ronaldo said yes, Siena. And he asked Ronaldo, do you know who are their defenders? And Ronaldo said, no, but I'm pretty sure that they know me.
The best football player I have ever seen on a pitch. I think injuries killed a career that could be even more incredible, but the talent this guy had, something incredible.
Ronaldo later joined Real Madrid's Galacticos, playing alongside Zidane, Figo, Beckham, and Roberto Carlos. Even though he was far from 100%, he still scored goals that left defenders spinning. Beckham once said, "The goal I scored against Fulham was special." But Ronaldo did that every week. He didn't need to be 100% to be better than 99% of everyone else. But deep down, fans knew we never got to see what a fully healthy Ronaldo could have been.
Nobody has been able to unite speed, strength, vision of the game, execution, and be concrete. The full package.
Anybody could do that move, but when he did it, was like, what happened? People went home to watch the game just because of him, because they wanted to see him do something normal that became wow, or something crazy that became even more wow.
What he done to some Italian defenders who were considered the best defenders in the world at the time, he put people to sleep.
So how good was prime Ronaldo? He was a force of nature, a highlight reel come to life. The player even other legends looked up to. Zidane said, "He was from a different species. Even after the injuries, he delivered magic. But before the injuries, he was unreal. Fast, fearless, and unstoppable." And that's why even now, years later, his name sparks awe. He wasn't just a striker, he was a phenomenon. Ronaldo Nazario didn't just play football, he redefined it.
For me, he was the perfect player.
He had everything: touch, speed, technique, intelligence, timing of the run, finishing.
He was out for 3.5 years with the most horrendous knee injury. He came back, played just before the World Cup, got back into the Brazilian team, and then won the Golden Boot, won the World Cup, scored 2 in the final and 8 in the whole competition. So I think we can safely say, without injuries, he would have been even better.
If this story blew your mind even a little, hit that like button. And if you want more football legends broken down like this, subscribe and turn on notifications, because we've got more stories that the history books don't tell. Drop a comment too. Who's your GOAT? Ronaldo Nazario or someone else? Let the debate begin.